it's Thursday morning and this is the Lovin Dubai show podcast. We spoke about Elon Musk and how he's shouting out Dubai, the road traffic adjustments that could save you much time on the roads, and also one video that proves just how safe Dubai truly is.
And of course, lastly, adopt, don't shop. So if you have missed the episode, don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcasts from, and enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country and the world sometimes are talking about. Our top story for you today: the UAE is supporting Elon Musk's Starlink at a Gaza hospital.
Dubai highway upgrades cut travel time.
This 20-second video will prove to you just how safe Dubai is.
And as well, these rescue puppies are still waiting for their homes after 6 years.
It's 292 days since the genocide began in Gaza on October 7th. The current death toll stands at 39,145. The number of injured people is 90,257, while 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
And for today's rapid weather report, expect highs of 40 degrees. Humidity has dropped a little today, averaging at 55%.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in on Facebook, Instagram. We see your comments. Dipashish, hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. We love to see them coming through. We love your comments on our talk topics. One of the things that we said we would talk today about is safety. And I want to tell you something that happened to me 2 days ago. And I'd like your thoughts on it because I have a bit of a guilt if I did the right thing or the wrong thing. So I'm open to your feedback. I'm here for it. So I was driving home 2 days ago.
Okay.
I left the office and there was a guy on the side of the road. So at the pedestrian stopping, I'd stopped. So he was like 2 meters away from me. And he smiles at me and he waves and he kind of gave me that signal to pull down your window. So I was like, you okay? And he said, can you bring me to the metro station? And I was like, oh, it's that way, and I'm going, it's quite a bit that way, in fact. I was like, it's that way, and I'm going this way. And I was like, but there's a bus stop right there. Like, there's a bus stop right behind you. And he didn't really turn around to see how close it was. He kind of was like, okay. And he kind of smiled, and he was like, could you bring me to the bus stop? Now, this is,
I see.
This is like 4 or 5 p.m. You're thinking it's hot, but he didn't look. Anyway,
But
in summary, I drove on. I was like, look, I'm really sorry. But I was like, there's a bus right there. And I sit there thinking, oh, like, we tell people to be kind, we tell people to be good Samaritans. And I was faced with that situation where the guy wanted a lift. And I was going between, I was like, is it safe?
Okay.
But the bus stop was right there.
Still, I will tell you something. You know, most of the crimes happen during daytime because the criminal would think in a way like, hey, I don't want to be very suspicious, so I will do it in the daytime. Now, of course, you know, Dubai is one of the safest cities. Thank God. I've lost a lot of things and I all the time get them back. However, we're human beings. We never know what happens. Like, you know, you could have gotten him, like, okay, you could have dropped him somewhere, right? However, in a split second, he could have done anything.
I don't know.
And you wouldn't know what to do.
Though.
Yes, of course, Dubai is safe. We know that. And you would have been safe for sure, because if, let's say, thank God you're safe and thank God you're here. But if something like, let's say, happened, you know, you could have been like...
That's it, right? So, but I just feel like we sit here, we tell people to be kind and we tell people to do all the right things. But when I was sitting in that situation, I felt a little bit uncomfortable about the stranger, I guess, getting into my car. Even though I was thinking he was hot out, and I was like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, honestly, the kindness, you know, we don't mean like kindness, like, you know, allow strangers to get in your cars and your houses, but maybe give them like water, give them food if they want. That kind of kindness. Never take anyone in your car, Casey, because like, you never know what happens.
I don't know. They say not to pick up strangers, but then if you've got, I still don't know if it was the right thing, but
yeah, no, you did the right thing by walking away. You did, because you did tell him where the bus stop is.
It was nearby.
I know, but he could have went.
Yeah, he didn't. I think he wasn't. I think that was kind of the thing. The alarm bell for me was that when I gave him the option, he didn't turn around and say, "Okay, great, thanks very much."
Yeah.
And I think my thought process was, if he's dehydrated and ill, I wouldn't know. But I feel like, judging by the look of him, he's well able to walk the 300 meters.
Exactly. Plus,
even though I know it's hot.
There are like, let's say, like, there are taxis, right? He could have ordered.
Maybe he didn't have the cash. That's what I was thinking.
Maybe
that's why he called me.
Cash. Maybe he didn't, but I think he did the right thing by walking away.
Thank you for being my moral compass. Speaking of helping others, let's jump into our top story today.
So UAE supports Elon Musk's Starlink at Gaza hospital. The UAE has set up SpaceX Starlink satellite broadband at its Gaza Strip Hospital. Now, the installation of Starlink internet at the facility will enable real-time video calls for potentially life-saving medical consultations.
So this was quite cool in how it happened, and that Musk tweeted it was happening, and then he also responded to His Highness Sheikh His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the UAE Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs, in Arabic. Because I think a lot of thanks went to Musk for helping. So this is the UAE hospital, which is situated in Gaza, and his response was quite sweet.
Honestly, I love his response because his response says, "La shukr ala wajib," which means you don't need to thank me for something I should do. So he is recognizing the fact that the victims of Gaza need help, and of course with the help of the UAE, they both came together and they had this amazing satellite for internet for medical purposes put at the Gaza hospital.
And it's the second time Musk has stepped in with Starlink with the help of the UAE. So major shout out for that. And as we said, helping with video calls in life-threatening situations. Let's jump into our next story. We're talking about traffic time.
Yes, you guys. I mean, honestly, this is amazing for me. For everyone. So Dubai Highway upgrades cuts travel time. Dubai's Road and Transport Authority RTA has completed traffic improvements on Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road A311, expanding exit 55 leading to Al Ribat Street.
The RTA has added a third lane, and if you're wondering how the expansion will help you, so firstly, capacity will increase as the exit from Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road to Al Ribat Street can now hold 4,500 vehicles per hour.
It will also contribute to reduced time travel. It only takes now 4 minutes to go from Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road to Al Ribat Street Business Bay crossing. This, of course, we know, by the way, that 4 minutes might maybe be like a small number, but trust me, when you are driving, it's big. I know, I feel different when I'm late, like 1 minute, I'm like,
yeah,
why am I late 1 minute? I need to be there by this time. In 1 minute, I could have been up in my room, I could have done this and that, and that's how I calculate.
Wow. And I've been on the receiving end of these road saviors before. So we work in Production City, and there's a roundabout nearby, and it was jammed with traffic. It's between Production City, Sport City, Al Fay Road, the exit there. And there was a little adjustment made, and can I say it has changed the traffic game for us so much. It's just not as clogged. And I don't like every single road at the moment seems to be getting a new bridge.
I know, and honestly,
every single road in Dubai is getting a new bridge.
Please, this is amazing because I mean it. I definitely mean it, because like I live really far away, and when I am late for 5 minutes, my whole night changes. Right? Because it might seem like crazy, and my mom thinks I exaggerate all the time when I say that, but I'm really not exaggerating because I think in this way, like, what, in a minute you guys can do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And 4 minutes that you're saving is that 4 minutes earlier where you want to be at.
I totally agree, and I just think it's so phenomenal to see the scale of the infrastructure and Dubai traffic and the roads and how it's improving.
Yes.
If you want an update on it, check the RTA for the updates. I was thinking about moving into JVC at the moment.
Okay.
I'm moving, and a real estate agent, it just made me laugh. So the bridge is being built, and it's going to really improve the Hesse Street Road traffic into JVC. And you can see the foundations happening, and it's building, and it's happening, and it's happening quite a quick pace. But the real estate agent to me was like, it's going to be done in a month. And this was like 2 weeks ago. Oh. And like, if you see the roads here...
Is it a month yet?
It's just that real estate speak of like, yeah, there'll be no traffic in a month. And this is like a few weeks ago, and I was like,
That's how they try to say things.
oh my God, it was
That's
such
how
a sales
they do
pitch.
that. Yeah, oh my God.
And part of me believes it. Immediately, I'm like, oh, it'll be done in a month, so.
Because you trust her. Because that's what we do. We trust real estate agents, you know? But
Lesson learned, the road is not built.
You
That's
never
true.
know. You never know. You never, because like
No, it's not built. I know.
Oh, it's not built. Yeah.
But like, it's not done.
Oh, it's not done. Oh, okay, it's not done. But you never know. It might, because like in Dubai, honestly, I've lived in Dubai first. I'm born in Dubai, so I see how things get done in like.
No, I know
Like
things
that.
get done fast, but the month was a vast overestimation of the speed in which it will take to complete. Let's jump into our next story. This 20-second video will prove to you just how safe Dubai is. Leaving your bags to look after tables, taking a taxi solo late at night, maybe even not locking your home. These are some of the privileges we enjoy while living in this beautiful safety bubble. Now, one more video will prove simply how safe the city is.
I agree with you, Casey, because a video created by Amara shows how she was leaving the cinema, walking through a mall, and she spotted the security barrier for a mall store was only half shut. So this meant anyone passing by would have had direct access to the small phone accessory store and all of the products on sale.
In the video, she mentions that this is the proof of how safe Dubai is. You simply don't see this type of honesty towards others' belongings anywhere else. And it got me thinking of, in some cases, you'll go past something in Dubai and it's there for the taking. You know, like we don't have I don't think we have a major police security presence.
Yes.
But yet, we keep it honest.
I'll tell you, I think I know. I have a theory why this happens for everyone, for all the residents in Dubai. In Dubai, we know that we live in a safe city, right? And if we get we're in a very unsafe situation, we have the police that will just like immediately, be there for us as residents. And so they kind of like install this, don't do this, you're gonna get caught mentality into us. So it's embedded in our brains. Like we know, and everyone knows that if they would go inside a store, even if it's half shut, they would get caught because of the cameras. There are cameras and there are everything, and everything can get, I would say, sorted out in maximum a day. So then you have got this type of store with the phone accessories, but then I was thinking like there's other opportunities for people. So you're right, this is a mall, there's cameras, but when you drive through any community, I'm always so surprised when I see this, villa communities, and they have their garage doors open, and you can see the bikes. You can see nearly like the old golf clubs. You can see the sheds that have no locks. And you're thinking, if this was in any other city, or even on roadworks, for example, roadworks, they leave their cement blocks out. Yes, that's true.
If that was in another city, in another country,
it would have been stolen.
It would have been stolen.
Yeah, of course. Because, Casey, we live in a safe country, right? And they embedded that safety in our heads. And because that's embedded in our heads, we don't need anything. And for example, like in that community, someone who actually needs these things would rather go buy it for themselves than go embarrass themselves and get caught and steal things. Because it wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't make sense. I'm just thinking, not great behavior, but like in Ireland, if you go out on a night out, people take things on the way home, like traffic cones and things.
Actually.
Yeah. When you're a student and then you wake up and there's like a traffic cone in the house and everyone thinks it's really funny, but like it just doesn't happen here. You just don't take things off the streets, because why would you? I don't know why we think, I don't know why that's the thing, like students, like it's nearly like a token of badge. You don't take a person's property, but it's nearly a funny thing to take, things from the streets. And I just wondered.
It's the same, by the way, in my country. It's the same in my country. I mean, thank God I'm not born in Syria. It's even the same and worse in my country.
So sorry, I think it's similar in countries around the world.
Yeah.
But we put up a question, and it said on Threads, "What have you lost in Dubai that's not been returned?" And the only comment so far says, "My heart."
Oh,
The Mika show.
That is so sweet. Okay, who said that?
No, it's so sad.
Who broke your heart?
Yeah, Mika show, we love you.
Who broke your heart? It's okay. Dubai is big and Dubai is generous. You will find someone else who will fill up your heart.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Love in Dubai. 8:44, next story and final story of this Thursday morning. These rescue pups are still waiting for their home after 6 years. RAC Animal Welfare Centre, shout out to the team there. They do amazing work. They have issued a plea for anyone who can give a home to the long-term residents. So the long-term residents have been at the shelter for 6 years. That's over 2,500 days.
So in the video, the dogs look so happy, but of course you could make them even happier by giving them a home. If you can help, please get in touch with the shelter on Instagram at RAC Animal Welfare and check out their post, have their number and give them a call.
So the comments on the post that we've shared are worth a read, I would say. So Emma Brain says, please stop buying animals here. There are so many wonderful dogs and cats in desperate need of a loving home. Breed does not matter at all. And a fun fact, mixed breed dogs in their natural state actually have far less health and behavioural issues than straight breeds, I guess. So adopt, don't shop is a message from that comment.
I agree with you, honestly. I feel like people do fear the idea of adopting a dog and rather would go towards buying a baby puppy, because I know for a fact, because I know someone who thinks in that way, because they go like, if we get a puppy, we can raise him from a young age and he will grow up with us.
Right, but you can adopt puppies.
100%, but I don't know, it's like some people do think that it's better to shop. But of course not, it's better to adopt, because all of these babies, by the way, I feel like they would be more grateful than if you would like buy a puppy, because they have been looking for a home. As you said, they've been waiting for like 6 years.
The video that they shared.
And they all look really happy.
They look so happy.
And they're so cute.
The cutest thing is dogs when they smile.
I know.
And their ears.
I mean, I all the time try to like show my mom videos in the morning, like, oh, look at this dog, he's so cute. And she looks at me like,
I do the same with Dale. Like, imagine.
Well, but, you know it. It could be a good addition to the family.
I listen.
Before getting a baby.
I agree with you, but we always say adopt, don't shop, but only adopt if you are capable to look after this baby. Like, I would love a dog, but we've had dog trainers on the show, and one of the common questions is like, why are some dogs difficult to train? And he says, they're not difficult. It's, are you giving them the time? Are you giving them the love? Like, imagine if you need to be with them to train them. So,
100%.
and I said, well, are my working hours? So I think like a lot of people, 5 days in the office, and I go to the gym after, so I'm gone for like 12 hours a day. Yeah, 12 hours a day. Is that conducive to rescuing and looking after a dog? And he said, not really. He said, if you work from home, if you have someone coming into the house, it's easier. But if you're away for 5 days of the week, how can that person, you think this is going to be the person in your family and he's going to love you or she's going to love you, but like if you're not there, how can they learn to love you? And how can you train them to be one of your family?
I think step number one is we need to start looking at dogs as souls instead of like just like a toy that we can have
one of the family, absolutely.
That's like one thing for sure, you know, and we need to treat them like they're a baby. How would you treat a baby? Like, would you keep the baby and go to work for like 12 hours? Yeah, okay, you might go to work and come back, but you wouldn't leave the baby alone.
The baby would have care.
Exactly, they would have care, whether the father, whether the grandmother, whether anyone, because that's how dogs are, or how they actually, you know, like they're not like cats. They couldn't stay for like longer, you know, alone. They're not independent. Dogs are more dependent. So I think as well, like for me, when I would get a dog, if I would get a dog, the first thing I would look at is there a connection between me and the dog?
Oh, cutie.
But as well, as you said, of course, time plays a huge role, which makes you think 10 times before getting a dog.
It's a huge commitment, that is for sure. It's 8:48 on a Thursday morning. Guys, that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place.